Hey guys, welcome back. So, yeah, we're back in the building now. I just finished playing Super Mario Brothers Odyssey. I don't know why I call it Super Mario Brothers. It's really Super Mario Odyssey. Luigi's not in the game, unfortunately. But yeah, I just finished playing the game. I just finished beating it. And this is my review on the game. And I'm going to go through all the pros and the cons of the game and as to why I believe that the game should actually receive what would be the best thing to say about this? The score that I'm going to give it. I'll wait to the very end of this review to give it the score that I actually want to give it. I'm not going to do that at this exact moment. Okay, so here we go. Like how Mario would say, here we go. All right. So the first thing is that I want to point out about the game is that like many other games prior to it, everything comes in Mario, especially in 3D, comes from the Mario 64 engine, which is godlike. And this game has simply improved on it at the optimal level. The controls are tight. Controls are like a 15 out of 10, if that's even possible. All the assortments of moves that they've given Mario, they've made Mario way better. Think of this game as like Hyper Super Mario Bros. 64. That's pretty much what it is. It's Mario 64, but going on an Odyssey, which was the whole point of this the game, which is godlike. This game hands down, beats out Mario Galaxy, beats out Sunshine, beats out all the other Mario's prior to it, and it just takes all the elements of the 64 and they really revolutionizes them. Graphics, well, I'm not really a graphics guy, but from the technical marvel of the game as a graphics, the graphics are there. The graphics are on point. That's a 10 out of 10. Engine is a 10 out of 10. Controls 10 out of 10. The soundtrack 10 out of 10, which is more memorable than anything else. But it's not like they have bad a bad song, like a bad soundtrack in it, or whatever the case may be. I was put off a little bit by the ending soundtrack, like the last part of the game that you're doing. I don't want to spoil it for those who haven't beat the game, but when you're playing out the last part of the game to finish the game, that song kind of made me feel okay. What is this? I don't know. I just felt like I was watching like some type of anime, and I was going into one of those J-pop songs. I was like, huh? But it kind of matched it. The reason why I'm kind of off put about it is because I'm not used to that. Like in Mario, they don't do that. And that was the first time it did that, so I was kind of caught off guard by it. The song wasn't bad. It's just that I was off put by the song. So so we've already gone over the graphics. We've already gone over the engine. We've already gone over the controls. We've already gone over the sound. Um, let's talk about the gameplay, the things that you have to do in this game. So a lot of people will sit here and say, "Oh, this is a great, innovative." Well, to be fair, this is not the first type of game like this. Anyone who's played a game like Alex, Alex Kidd in not Wonderland, but just Alex Kidd, he changes the masks, and each of the masks that he put on gives him a different power. It's a long time 8-bit game on a Master System, and so forth. So the concept is directly inspired by that. Obviously Nintendo put their own spin to it. I can't say that they got it directly from the game, but the concept of that putting on a different hat or mask, so to speak, gives you a different power has already been done like 2 or 3 times in all of gaming and whatnot. But Mario has done it in a superb manner that it just blows all of the other versions out of the frame, and then it's done in 3D. So that definitely that. The enemies in the game, they're all cool. Difficulty of the game, ah, difficulty of the game. The difficulty of to me, and this is subjective, so I can't penalize the game. I'm not going to penalize the game for this, but the difficulty of the game, in my opinion, wasn't that hard. It was an average Mario game in terms of difficulty. Um, Replay value. Well, the whole concept of the whole moon getting all these moons. There's 999 moons. There's a a set 500 moons you have to get in the game to, I guess, max out the Odyssey. Um, because that's what the Odyssey tells you. But you can get 999 moons, because there's other things you can do to get past 500, and then if anything worse comes to worse, you could just buy the moons you want once you've completed the game, or whatever the case may be. You can unlock other worlds after you defeat the game. You can unlock different clothes pieces to the game, which is brings up all these nostalgic things that bring you back to the original Super Mario Brothers 64. So, you know, it really does its thing. I can't even front. This game is ridiculous. Like, the game is godlike. I'm not gonna front. I had a great time playing the game. Um, a lot of people's gonna ask us questions. Okay, Triforce, your thoughts. Which one do you think gets Game of the Year? Mario Odyssey or Breath of the Wild? Well, the first thing I want to do is, I don't want to make any comparisons to the games. They're two totally different games. One is an adventure platformer, so to speak, and it's fun and has an arcadey type of feel. The other one is an action adventure RPG, which is far more immersive storyline, and it has its own engine that it runs on. So it's two different games. Like, it's like comparing apples to pumpkins. Like, one is a vegetable, the other is a fruit. Like, well, actually, pumpkins have seeds in it, so yeah, I don't even say. It's like comparing apples and peppers. Uh, Wait a minute, peppers have seeds too. What is going on here? Can It's like comparing fruits and vegetables. There we go. All right, that's better now, right? It's two different things. They're both good in their own right and whatnot. As for Game of the Year, I wouldn't give Super Mario Odyssey Game of the Year this year, because the game came out at the later end of the year. Usually, Game of the Years for me, based on me growing up in video games, are usually there's a time frame it's put in. It's the start of the year all the way to around October. Christmas season is coming in. That's supposed to be slated for the following year. And because Breath of the Wild came out and launched the Nintendo Switch, I think Nintendo should judge their Game of the Year based on that. Let's see what next year's games have anything to say against Mario Odyssey. Mario Odyssey would be a great contender for Game of the Year next year. Or, for the first time ever in the history of the gaming industry, Mario and Zelda literally can get co-Game of the Year. That's how good both of those games are. It's really that ridiculous. Games are so godlike that you can just play those two games for the Nintendo Switch for the entire year and you're straight. And that's just my whole point on that. Overall, any bad parts about the game? There was nothing I found bad in the game. Totally had a blast. Great game. Great gameplay. Great engine. Great controls. Everything. Love the game. Game's godlike. I give the game a 10 out of 10. Hands down. In terms of difficulty, that's subjective. Like, I play games at a high level, so I can't sit here and penalize the game because I'm that good at the game. So like, that's just unfair. So, but based on how the game was created in its engine, this game's a 10 out of 10. If it gets Game of the Year, I wouldn't be surprised. I'll just be like, expected, you know, because as far as I'm concerned, the two best games of this year so far is Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey. But thank you guys for joining me on this segment, my review on Mario Odyssey after beating the game. And I will catch you guys later. Stay tuned for our late night Discord, where we're going to go over some things about Mario Odyssey that we can't do in our actual review. I'll see you guys in a bit.